All right, so down to the TJ's got a little funny stumble when you give it gas when it's cold. Once it warms up, it's fine. I'm suspecting maybe a vacuum leak that might seal up when the engine gets hot. But another possible cause of it is the O2 sensors. And since it's a used vehicle, I don't know when the O2 sensors were changed. I figured I'm just gonna go ahead and change them. And they say about every 80,000 miles you should change your O2 sensors. I don't know if these are the original ones or not. So they're relatively easy and relatively cheap. So I figured why not. There's two two different O2 sensors. There's an upstream and a downstream. And you can buy the set on Amazon for like 20 bucks, some Chinesium brand. Uh, I figured why not spend the coin since you only do it every 80,000 miles or so. Whenever you change the spark plugs, they say is a good reminder to change the O2 sensors. I figured these will probably be the last O2 sensors I change on this Jeep. So why not spend a little bit of coin, get a better one, and then just like buy once, cry once type thing. Wanted to go with Bosch. Always had good luck with Bosch. Uh, Bosch had the upstream one, but they didn't have the downstream one. And that's the part number for the upstream one. And since this camera's turned around in selfie mode, it's 11024. Yeah, I never really realized that everything's backwards on that mirror image, maybe? I don't know. On a downstream one, couldn't find the Bosch, so I went with the next best thing is Walker. There's some other brands too that would be good, but this is the one I went with. That's the part number 350-34439. There'll be a link in the comments on to go to Amazon and get these fine things. I buy almost everything on Amazon nowadays. To change the O2 sensor in a 97 Jeep TJ, all you really need is a 7/8 wrench and maybe a utility knife. Don't waste your time with one of these O2 sensor wrenches tool things. They're pretty much useless. You just slide the box end of the wrench over the plug. If it doesn't fit, you can just use your utility knife to shave down the plug. Or you could just do this. But if you can't get the O2 sensor out and got to drive it to a shop or somewhere, you're going to have to splice some wires back together or live with the check engine light. It also helps to have a little anti-seize. Unless you're working on your brother-in-law's car, then you could use a little bit of Loctite. It's a good idea to get one of these spark plug thread cleaners. Most downstream and O2 sensors have different plugs, but it's still the same procedure. Unplug the sensor, turn it out. I loosened this sensor last month when I replaced my muffler, so it came out pretty easy. Just a little bit of anti-seize on the thread cleaner. Thread it in till you feel a little bit of resistance. Back it up to let all the gunk out, then turn it back in a little bit more. It doesn't have to go too deep. The O2 sensor doesn't have many threads on it. The O2 sensor came with a tiny bit of anti-seize on it, but I added a little more. Spin it in, be careful not to cross thread it or twist the wires. Snug it down tight. You don't have to dog it down too tight. The torque spec is 30 pounds. If you could get a torque wrench or something in there, good luck with that. Don't forget to plug it back in. The upstream one in the front is the same procedure. You can find the sensor right below the exhaust manifold. I was lucky and got this one loose with the spanner end of the wrench. It wasn't in too tight. Thank you, previous owner. A little anti-seize on the thread repair tool again. Spin it in, back it out, spin it in. A little anti-seize on the new sensor. This is silicone paste I use to keep the plugs lubricated and semi-watertight. Thread it in, tighten it down, you're done, easy peasy. Well, the O2 sensors didn't stop my stumbling problem. I'm going to move on to the throttle body next, maybe. Maybe idle air control valve is gunked up and sticking. That's the next place is to address the throttle body, see what that does for it. If you want to purchase these O2 sensors, there's a link in the bio. There's a link in the comments. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit the like button and or subscribe. I'm this close to getting like a gajillion subscribers. You got something to say, leave a comment down below. Love to hear from everybody. If you've got some tips or tricks, or who knows, or even if I did something wrong, which, let's face it, I didn't, because I'm perfect. But even if you might think I did something wrong, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Love to hear it. Share your knowledge with everybody else, because I don't need your knowledge, because I know everything. Got some time to kill? Check out my podcast, the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast. As a podcaster for the off-roader with the short attention span, and it'll be the longest 10 minutes you ever spent. Got some time to kill? Check out my other videos, like this one here. This is a good one. Don't forget that one down there. That's also one of my favorite ones. And as always, thanks for watching.